Good morning, everyone. I firmly believe that stories make an immediate connect. They create a community that enables us to see through the eyes of others. They provide coherence and meaning and orient a sense of purpose. So today's story is about compassion. Compassion involves allowing ourselves to be moved by the suffering and experiencing the motivation to help elevate and prevent it. An act of compassion requires patience and wisdom, kindness and perseverance, warmth and resolve. There's a difference between love and compassion. Both of them are positive feeling, and certainly both the feelings make the world a better place. But the key difference between love and compassion is that love is a deep feeling of affection and attachment towards someone, whereas compassion is sympathetic pity, and it is a concern for the sufferings and misfortunes of others. In Latin, compati means suffer with. So compassion means someone else's heart breaks because your heart breaks. Another person's sufferings become your suffering. I came across a beautiful story today on morningcoffee.com. So narrating this story for all of you. There was this young man called Mark. One fine day he was walking home from school and he noticed that the boy ahead of him had tripped and he had dropped all the books he was carrying, along with the two sweatshirts, a baseball bat, a glove, and certain tape recorders. Mark knelt and helped the boy pick up the scattered articles. Since they were going the same way, he helped the boy carry the part of his burden. As they walked, he discovered the boy's name was Bill and that he loved video games, baseball, history, and that he was having a lot of trouble with his other subjects. They arrived at Bill's home. Mark was invited in for a coke and they watched even television together. The afternoon passed very well, with few laughs and some shared small talks. And then finally, Mark went back home. They continued to see each other around school, had lunch together once in a while, and then both graduated from the junior high school. They ended up in the same high school where they had brief contacts over the years. Finally, the long awaited senior year came, and 3 weeks before the graduation, Bill asked Mark if they could talk. Bill reminded Mark of the day years ago when they had first met. Did you ever wonder why I was carrying so many things home that day? Asked Bill. You see, I had cleaned out my locker because I didn't want to leave a mess for anyone else. I had stored away some of my mother's sleeping pills and was going home to commit suicide. Bill told Mark that he realized that he didn't want to die after spending time together talking and laughing. I would have missed that time with you and many other good times my life followed. I am trying to say, Mark, that you did a lot more than just picking up the books for me that day. You saved my life. Compassion is a character trait that is present in everyone. However, it is also a trait that sometimes gets forgotten. It is both innate and can be learned and enhanced. It is something you can develop with practice. It involves two things: intention and action. The intention is simply opening your heart to others, and the action is what you do about it. We never know when how we react or respond affects those who come in contact with us. Mark's act of compassion saved a life, and we might do that without even knowing about it. There are ways we can show compassion to a family or the people we meet every day. So, just to talk about some real world ways wherein we can show compassion. Regardless of how we feel about the effectiveness of wearing a mask during this pandemic, we must do it wherever and whenever we are asked to do, whenever we step out. Whether it eases another person's fears or keeps the virus from spreading, it shows compassion. Open the door for someone. I find this to be such a kind gesture. Motivate others. Words give life to ideas. Use your words to inspire others to participate in the promised future and the change they might need. Yet again, children, I told you the difference between love and compassion, but there is a difference between sympathy and compassion as well. Sympathy means you understand what a person is feeling, whereas compassion is willingness to relieve the suffering of another. Sympathy looks in and says, I'm sorry. Compassion goes in and says, I am with you. Sympathy looks in and says, I would like to help you. Compassion goes in and says, I'm here to help you. Sympathy says, I wish I could carry your burden. Compassion says, cast your burden on me. So, children, on that note, wish you a wonderful, wonderful, and a blessed day ahead. Take care, keep smiling, spread compassion, spread your love.